Welcome to another Issa video. We started off with some harness work. She's not really picking up on this quickly, which is totally fine. So I had to go back to holding the treat directly on the other side of the harness, doing that quite a few repetitions. She realizes that it has something to do with the harness or sticking her nose forward. She doesn't really stick her nose forward with the harness, in between the straps. So when she does that and she's almost right, you can reward her if you want to, or you can wait her out and just see if she'll put her head through the correct way. And it never hurts to go back to just holding a piece of food on the other side of the harness. She does struggle quite a bit, but she does get it eventually most of the times. So I know her brain is working. I know it's thinking about it. See how she sticks her nose forward? She knows that's the action I'm looking for, but she doesn't know that it has to be somewhere specific. Here is our work with the steps. Wanted to show you how she was at the very beginning, because you saw how she was today, and it was not like this. I put a leash on her because I wanted her to be safe going up the steps. And also I didn't want her to be able to run away and lay on her back and show her tummy, because that's her saying, I don't want to do this thing, it's freaky. I'll just lay over here and look cute. And then I put treats on the steps. And then just stepped back and let her decide if she wanted the treats, which she usually does. And see how confident she's willing to be to get those treats. So I rewarded her, the whole way up. And then I would reward her the whole way down. But that can be a little bit dangerous with steps. So I tried to guide her downwards and then throw the treat down very close. I don't want her running off of the steps to chase a treat. I just want to make sure that she did sit down when she gets to the bottom of the stairs. So then after a bunch of repetitions, she was more than happy to go up and down the stairs. So I rewarded her going up, and then I rewarded her at the top for turning around safely, and then I rewarded her at the bottom. And now you see I don't even have to have the leash on her or walk her towards it. I actually had to put it away so that she would stop going up and down it. Then we worked on fading the hand cue for down into something that we can do just standing up, so we don't have to bend over anymore. She did very well. You'll see I'm not bending over, but I do have to wait her out a couple of times to get her to actually look at my hand and think about what that means. So then as soon as she hits the floor with her elbows, she gets a yes and a cookie. And then I did some sit stays where instead of just backing straight up, I back up and then walk to the side a little bit or turn my shoulders a little bit, kind of change it up just slightly. And then I added a stay to the down to see if it translated well, and it did. She assumes that it means the same thing. I started an emergency stop today. Just so you know, it is not an emergency stop yet, so do not use it as such. I'm just trying to get her to figure out what the word stop means. So I throw a cookie out, and then as she comes back to me, I will put a hand out, say stop. I want to say it very firmly, a little loudly, because in an emergency situation, it will be firm and it will be loud. So I don't want her to be startled by that, where if we do finally say an emergency situation, it's scary sounding. So I want to train it a little bit like that, so that doesn't startle her when the time comes to actually use it. And so on her way back, I will say stop, put my hand out, hopefully catch her off guard that she stops walking to look at me, in which case I say yes and then treat. If I say stop and she keeps walking towards me, I will meet her halfway very quickly, using spatial pressure to get her to stop walking. I also highly advise you to combine this with come or your recall word, so that if every time you practice this, you don't add a recall in at random points, we are making it uncomfortable to come back to you because she will be anticipating the stop command. So we want to make sure we add in a recall as well, so that she knows, okay, this word means to stop, this word means to continue and come all the way back. So we're differentiating those two words, because we do want to reward her next to us as well, so she enjoys being next to us. We don't just want to make her feel uncomfortable coming forward. And I don't care if she sits or if she downs or if she stands. I don't care. She can do any of the above as long as she stops in place. And then we run to meet her after she has stopped and give her a cookie to her face. A recall means run to me. A stop means I'm going to run to you and get you that cookie. And then hopefully in an emergency situation, we would be able to run up to her. But if not, we're going to train some duration for this too, for her to just stay where she is and wait for us to get to her. But you'll see she picked it up pretty quick.